Welcome back to Inside City Hall. We are now going to talk about the ongoing crisis at Rikers Island. I'm joined now by our reporter Courtney Gross, who's going to talk about some of the ongoing controversy, particularly at the Board of Correction, where there's been a lot of turmoil over these last couple of days.
That's right. There's been a lot of turmoil, one might say, over the last couple of months. And a lot of this controversy is centered on the board chair. And we saw that all kind of come to a head this week.
I'm up for the task.
Dwayne Sampson has not been the chair of the New York City Board of Correction for very long.
I look forward to serving. I thank the mayor for this appointment and his team.
But already that tenure has been marked by division. This week, Sampson sent this letter to board members and staff saying he took action to bring the agency back from dysfunction and that he was unilaterally replacing the current interim executive director of the agency.
This is a motion to appoint Jasmine Georgila as our interim executive director.
Quickly, a majority of the board members gathered on Monday to put a stop to the move. They kept their current executive director and they changed the board's bylaws. Among the changes, changing the chair's job description to, among other things, requiring he maintain relationships with board members and work collaboratively.
All in favor?
Yes. Aye.
It's a clear indication of a division in the board between some members seen as more progressive and the chair, who is closely aligned with the mayor.
Mr. Sampson is bringing a level of experience on how to run a board, and not, they're going to go through their moments.
Nonetheless, the drama follows other controversies and has rattled some confidence in the agency by advocates. Last month, the chair removed 2 longtime board members from a death review committee.
Chair, could you explain to me why you removed me from the death committee?
And during its May meeting, he tried to remove an advocate from the room.
I'm going to really ask you to leave this room right now. Officer, please escort her from this room.
Other board members tried to go into executive session to prevent the move.
I did not hear the first motion. We have a security issue as a point of order.
I'm trying to call for executive session to
Just
discuss.
make a motion.
I want to make a motion to go to executive session.
Do you want an explanation? Do you want an explanation? It is an explanation. You cannot move forward if there's a security issue at hand and there's disorder.
Some previous board members say this direction is worrisome.
And we're really at a time where we need the board to be fully engaged in partnership with the department so that we have appropriate oversight and accountability. And I think we are taking some steps backwards right now.
Sampson did not want to comment for this story. He told us he wanted to concentrate on the work. And in other Rikers news, the city controller Brad Lander and the public advocate Jumaane Williams, along with another Board of Correction member, did have an unscheduled visit to Rikers Island today, and they did have a press conference outside of Rikers Island, telling the media exactly what they saw. And I believe we have a soundbite from Jumaane Williams about what he saw on Rikers today.
The absolute craziness that I saw in 2021, that was insanity. That was something on the brink of complete dysfunction. And I don't want to justify that as even being a thing. So compared to where we were, it's leaps and bounds. Compared to what we saw last visit, it's even increased a little bit better.
So, Bobby, it certainly sounds like the public advocate is saying that what they saw today was better than what they had seen in previous visits. That being said, both the controller and the public advocate today reiterated their calls for a federal takeover, federal receivership of Rikers Island. And we should note that all of the parties that are part of this lawsuit where that could potentially happen will be in court on Tuesday.
So on Tuesday, does that mean there could potentially be a decision made as soon as Tuesday as to whether a federal receiver could be brought in?
I think that is highly unlikely. This is something that the judge in this federal case actually considered last year, whether or not to really start motion practice over this receivership question. And at the time, in November of last year, she denied it, saying, let's give the department a chance. Let's give Louis Molina a chance to really turn things around. Obviously, the narrative has changed within the last couple of weeks because the monitor overseeing Rikers Island had put out a report really calling into question some serious events that have happened in the last couple of weeks or at the end of May. So it's unclear if the receivership question is entirely on the table, but we'll have to wait and see what happens.
All right, we'll be keeping an eye on that. Courtney Gross, thank you so much. It is time now for